There's a perception that referees aren't responsible and accountable and not held accountable for their performances when they referee and they make errors in matches. Well, that's not the case. I'm Topper, and my role is in the measurement department of SA Rugby, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're measuring the performance of referees. Refereeing starts for a referee in his local union when he joins, and he starts refereeing club games and schools games within his local union. As the referee gets better, he gets promoted to the first and second division, and that is where we as SA Rugby pick them up and we select them for a contenders panel. We work with them, we let them referee, we look at their performances. They get selected to the provincial panel. They start refereeing games on TV. You see under 19s, under 21s. Then they move on to the national panel. They start doing Varsity Cup, Vodacom Cup. Then they move into the Currie Cup panel, which is our elite panel of referees. That's the boys that's doing first division and premiership in Currie Cup. They move on to Super Rugby and eventually to Test Rugby. In that whole process, they are being measured on their performances, being watched by people while they're refereeing the game, making notes of their errors, making notes of their non-decisions, making notes and comments about their performance, to point out to them the errors they make, to keep them accountable to their performance and the decisions that they make, and to make rugby more understandable and enjoyable for players and spectators. Okay, the process that we use is either two ways. We go to the game live and we sit in the stand and watch the games. What we call the performance reviewer, which is appointed to go and look at the referee's performance. Those performance reviewers are mostly provincial referees, test referees, ex-test referees that has finished their games, finished refereeing, and they are being appointed to go and watch those referees perform. Or we do the games off TV. Nowadays, that a lot of games are being televised. It gives us the opportunity that we can also do an assessment on the referee's performance off television, right in your study at home, or wherever you sit and watch the game. You can make notes on the referee's performance, and then we submit a report on the referee's performance. Once we've viewed the referee and we've made some notes and comments on his performance, that is then being uploaded onto a system where the referee has access to it, the referee's coach has access to it, the referee manager has access to it, the immediate society manager of the referee has access to it, to see what was the report on the referee's performance. The important part of it is that the referee has been made aware of the errors he made and the mistakes he made in the game, and then him and his coach kicks in to rectify those mistakes and errors so that the referee does not repeat that. And that's the way that we try to make our referees better. This measurement system that we apply gives us the opportunity to identify who's our top performers in refereeing. The referees that perform well, they get promoted to the next panel of refereeing, and they get opportunities to referee matches until they get to the top of the tree, where referees like Craig Joubert and Jaco Pyke are at the moment, doing international rugby matches. The other side of the coin is if referees do not perform, that is the system and the measurements that we use to determine if the referees are not performing to the level that we expect them to in a match. Those referees are not immediately dropped off the panel. There's a process that happens. Remedial process is taking place, and if the referee then continues not to perform to the level that we expect him to, then the referee will be dropped off the panel. As the referees are not being put on the panel for one good performance in one match, in the same way we do not drop referees off the panel just because of one performance that wasn't up to the expectation on the day. Every week we put a lot of clips of referee decisions onto our referees website, which is sareferees.co.za. You can visit that website and have a look at the clips of the weekend's referee decisions under discussion, and you can even participate in the discussion. If you think you can become a referee, all the information is on our website. Please go and visit our website, sareferees.co.za.